Anyway, I'm smoking a bunch of meth. I got this Game Boy. I'm like, it's not worth shit. I tried to sell it. It's not worth shit. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just play the Game Boy. You know. And I started playing Pokemon, and I got really into it. And I was smoking meth and playing Pokemon, and oh my God. Like it all got like connected, and I was like addicted to meth and Pokemon for a minute, and it was fine, right? I was having it. It was actually keeping me out of trouble. But the thing is, I told you,
God, that's hilarious.
Like it rips through those AA batteries.
Yeah, you couldn't afford the habit.
No.
Oh my God, you couldn't afford your Pokemon habit.
I couldn't. Welcome to the Tarp Report with Sam and Jes. Hey!
Boom, baby.
Welcome to the Tarp Report with Sam and Jes, where I am already under attack.
In a mood, because you're in a mood.
I'm not in a mood.
You came in here with a mood.
I'm in a mood. I'm a little down today.
You're sad.
I'm not like super sad.
Your just energy is low.
My energy is low. I'm actually not that sad.
What's wrong with you then?
No, I'm okay.
Just admit it. Just say what's wrong so we can get it over with. Don't let me drag it out of you.
I'm kind of feel like it's like Groundhog Day right now for me.
You feel like you've done this before?
Yeah, well, yeah, I have. And we do this all the time at your house. And there's that part, which is like, that's like a Groundhog Day-ish thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like I've gone off and done comedy for like these 3 or 4 day chunks for like 3 weeks now. Like I'm still it's been a long run of like a lot of shows. I have a break coming next week, but as I sit here, I'm thinking about that, like, not only do I go and do shows for 3 or 4 days or whatever, I'm also back for 3 or 4 days. And like the same stuff happens in those 3 or 4 days where like I have like the day where I get back and I like hang out with the family and try to get stuff done around the house. And then like we podcast, like we have to podcast and like
in between those days.
Chunk. Yeah. Yeah. And then, you know what I mean? It's like,
I do.
I'm in this like cycle of like,
I will tell you that it, like, from a military standpoint, because it's like, that's you're gone and then you come back and you're gone and then you come back and you're gone.
Yeah.
It's really hard. It's really hard to adjust. Like it's, like I remember when Josh came home, he was gone. We went through 2 deployments, but like the first one, you think that like, when they come home, that's like, oh my gosh, you're home. This is amazing. Yeah. And it is for like the first week, but then it's like, oh shit, we have to adjust to living together again. Yeah. And you guys have to do that every 3 to 5 days.
Yeah, that's what's happening right now. It's like I'm gone just long enough for her to adjust to me not being there.
Right. And then you come
I'm
home.
Back long enough for her to adjust to me being there.
Exactly.
I will say this though, like me and Brittany and the boys, and like as I sit here right now, like I'm doing good. Like I don't have any like real issues with it. It's just this last with my mom, it's been a lot. Little Rock was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a little and a lot.
Oh.
Like a little amount of people. A lot of rock. Do you know what? I don't know if you read. I made a post on my Facebook talking about it.
No, I don't read your Facebook post. I don't have that kind of time.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
They've been shorter lately.
I skim.
Shut up, Jes. You don't skim.
I do.
God, you're so full. Like, I love it. Never mind.
I skim. What? You love it what? Say it. Say it.
I love it when you're worried that you're gonna hurt. I don't think you're not gonna hurt my feelings.
I skim though.
Jes,
I see your pictures.
I don't even. There it is. I don't.
That's skimming to me.
Yeah, because I can't feel bad because I don't read anybody else's stuff either. If it's over like a paragraph, I'm moving on. But anyway, it was really light for the first 3 days.
Yeah.
So I did Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Wednesday and Thursday 1 show. Our first show had like 30 on Wednesday.
Oh.
Thursday had like 20. Early show Friday had 8.
Oh.
Late show Friday, I think, had like 12 or 13,
Well,
which
better
feels
than 8.
great after 8. It was frustrating, and but here's the thing: I kept a positive attitude, and I put on good shows for the people there, and I didn't let it get me down. And then Saturday was great. We had I think we had like probably 60, 70 folks at each show.
Well, that's way better.
On Saturday. Yeah, it was really fun. And
were they at 2 different places?
No. They were all at the Looney Bin in Little Rock, which is a great club run by great people. And we just it's just hard to get people out.
Listen, ticket sales have been
Really
trash.
bad. Really?
Just we literally can't give them away.
Really?
Like this weekend was hard.
Really?
Yeah, we're same thing, trying to stay positive. Just like even not just at the bar, but also the shows that I did, were
the cozy shows?
Yeah, a show that normally sells out. It was light. Like I think they're like 15 people.
Oh wow.
And so, it wasn't just it was something about. I'm like, I blame football.
I think there's probably a few different things going on. I think it's football.
Kill Tony.
Yeah, it's Kill Tony's fault. Tony Hinchcliffe did it. Unless you have somebody on there who's actually brave enough to talk about what people want to hear.
You mean Andrew Dice Clay?
Yeah, unless you have Andrew Dice Clay.
You just did like a 20-minute spot.
Hundreds of on Kill Tony.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. That checks out though.
I like the Dice Man.
Yeah, he's an artist.
He's something.
You know what's funny is when nobody realized that he was like playing a character, and then he stopped realizing he was playing a character.
Yeah,
it's pretty
I've
sweet.
seen him on like reality shows though, and like he's like,
no, he's not. He was a character.
like he plays that, but he is that like Italian, like
yeah,
but New Yorker.
He's a character the same way like Larry the Cable Guy is a character, where there's like a lot of him in there.
Yeah, but you can turn it off,
and I think it becomes a way. These characters become a way for people to like get away with stuff. Same thing with what's his name with the puppets.
Okay, I don't know, Jeff
Dunham.
Yeah,
because like those puppets say horrendous like racist stuff all the time.
Do they?
It's like yeah. Like he had one of them that was like a suicide bomber that was like blown up or whatever.
Oh damn!
And a lot of it was just like this like anti-Muslim like propaganda.
Oh my god,
which is fine.
What?
Yeah, all that. If
what the hell have I been missing? I didn't know.
Well, it's because you don't watch. You don't.
Yeah, I don't do a little puppetry.
Yeah, I don't think. Whatever. I'm talking on my ass. I don't know why I'm talking about other people's shit. It doesn't fucking matter.
Because it's fine. You're allowed. We're allowed to talk about stuff if I want to.
I know. Yeah, I think. It's that, but also I think it's the election coming up. I think people are stressed. I really think that might have something to do with it.
Yeah.
School's starting back up.
The weather's changing, especially look outside. It's gray.
I know, I really like it.
Really like, depression is up, fun is down.
Yeah.
So.
But that's kind of strange because I don't think I've ever done probably like one or two of those cozy shows. They've always
they're great.
Yeah, and I don't know about Comedy Bar. It sounds like you've been on a good run this summer. So
oh yeah, we've done better than way better than last year.
Yeah.
But yeah, we knew like that it was going to be rough. So it's fine. But we have some good shows coming up, and I'm really excited. We have some really good stuff coming up. Like
That's awesome.
Sam Salem, and Caitlin Cook are doing really well.
I've heard of Caitlin Cook. But once again,
AJ
I am failing to.
Wilkerson is coming.
I've worked with AJ. I think we did a festival together.
So it'll be good.
Good.
It'll be fine. Things will turn around.
Yeah.
They'll start selling.
We had a time. It was I don't regret shit. I actually rented a car. I didn't need to rent a car. I rented a car in Little Rock and I drove out to this lake with Mike Mazzolotti. Got to hang out with Mike a lot, which was nice.
Nice.
Hadn't seen him. We were in the contest together and came up doing comedy together and know a lot of the same people and had a good time. And went swimming in like a warm lake, jumped off of rocks.
Did you call Davey?
I did. Yeah,
Lester
I talked to Davey.
To ask about where what swimming hole to find.
No, not in Arkansas.
Oh, okay.
Davey called me. I think I was doing something. I was getting ready to go on stage or something, and he called me. I think I was getting ready for the late show on Friday or Saturday. I can't remember. And he called me to talk about you.
Oh, what did he say?
It was the same thing he did with Lynette. Because I told him, I was like, hey, you're working with my friend Jess. And I did the same thing with Lynette. Because I love Davey Wester. I think Davey is criminally underrated.
Very funny.
And is also a fantastic, human being.
Yeah.
And I just love him to death. We hit it off. He was one of there's not a lot of comics that I feel like I have no problem following 95% of working comics.
Yeah.
Even if and I'm not saying that it's and 35% of them are good, no problem. They are good and they could follow me, but it's just his energy and he's just so goddamn funny.
He's just rapid fire.
His jokes are so well put together and he has such good stage presence and he exudes this confidence. And also off stage, being his friend has been very fun. So,
what did he say about me?
He likes you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, let's get to the point here.
Yeah. We both say the same. People tend to say the same stuff about you, people in the comedy stuff. That you're doing good.
They like me.
You're promising.
They really like me.
Strange, and that helps.
I was nervous when. I might have come off like a turd a little bit. Luckily, we worked twice together.
Yeah.
This week, and
he doesn't care.
No, well, I do because I was he asked me something, and I just normally I can but my anxiety keeps me from being able to shoot the shit a lot.
Yeah.
And he just asked me, he's like, Jess, where are you from? And I was just I couldn't even think of anything. I was just DuPont.
Yeah.
What? That's not funny. That's just that's just the answer. But I was like, I hope I didn't come off like a jackass.
No.
But then that's also what anxiety does, is it makes you feel like every conversation that you had, you come off like a jackass.
Yeah. Davey doesn't care. Davey does his own thing. I'm actually doing Davey Wester actually books a show. I'm doing a what do you call it? Valentine's Day with Lynette. For Davey out there. So and the swimming thing with Davey is I called him because I know he's from that area. He's from Ephrata, Washington. It was this tiny little place. And I was going out there with the boy. We were on tour with my youngest Oliver. And I called him up and asked him if he knew any good places to swim. And he was like, we just swim in the irrigation canals, but it's pretty dangerous. And I was like, Davey, I'm not going to go swim in an irrigation canal. Yeah. And if you're not familiar with irrigation canals, the water moves very fast and it goes up and down and it's completely unpredictable and people die in those canals all the fucking time.
Sounds like a good surf spot.
Yeah. It's a great surf spot. So had some cool, man. I was feeling some type of way at SeaTac when I was flying because I took this is the weirdest shit. So I took a red eye because I was trying to save money flying to Atlanta and then Little Rock. Okay. And I wanted to make sure that I got to Little Rock in plenty of time. And it's hard to fly into Little Rock. It's a tiny little airport. And there's basically I think there's 12 flights in and out every day.
Okay.
And anyway,
Right.
So I take the red eye. I'm going to land in Atlanta at like 5 or 6 in the morning, and then take an 8 a.m. flight to Little Rock. It's only like an hour flight in. I get to SeaTac 3 hours early, like you have to. And somehow at SeaTac, there was no line at security. I've never seen it before. And like Brittany dropped me off, and I was at the gate in 20 minutes.
Hell yeah.
Except then I had like
3 hours.
3 hours to go. And I'm doing my thing. I'm like walking around and like taking some pictures and just getting situated, watching TikToks, wrote a little bit, played a game for a while on my computer, whatever the hell. And then I had my headphones on with the noise canceling stuff, and all of a sudden I hear this, Sam Miller? And I turn around, and there's this guy sitting there with a Oregon Ducks sweatshirt on. And he goes, dude, I can't believe this. And it was like a fan.
Yeah.
And it was kind of weird because I was in my head a little bit about this, and I don't like leaving. I didn't want to leave. I wanted to stay home.
I thought you meant about being recognized by a fan.
No, that part's cool. I wanted to leave. I didn't feel like, and I was worried about the shows in Little Rock, and I had reason to be, it turns out. But we wound up talking for a long time, and he saw me in Portland, but then he lives in Eugene, and he's going to come see me. I think he's going to come see me in Hood River in November. And we just had a really great conversation, and it really kind of switched up the way that I was feeling in a way that I didn't expect. Like, not in like an ego boosting kind of way, but maybe I'm doing this the right kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, maybe it's not as bad as I fucking think it is.
It's definitely not.
No. And it kind of, I don't know, it kind of switched it up. And the same thing happened in Little Rock a couple of times where I had like people that had seen me. So I had done the Looney Bin in Little Rock on like, it was like on a Monday or a Tuesday or a Wednesday. I think maybe it was a Wednesday.
Was it a Thursday?
I don't know.
Maybe
it could have been
Friday.
any. No, it wasn't a Friday. It wasn't a Friday. And it wasn't a Thursday. It was a Wednesday. Shut up, Jess. Because I had a show on a Tuesday and then another show on a Thursday, and I needed a show. And shut up, Jess. And I was either going to go to Tulsa. I was going to go to Memphis or Little Rock.
Yeah.
And I did one night there, and we actually got a decent crowd that night, which is why they booked me for the whole weekend. And they want me back, by the way, too, which is fun. So I'll go back.
Of course they do.
Yeah, it would be
Of course they do.
But yeah, seeing people that were there, like wearing my shirts, that came back to see me again, like that rules. And I feel like now, when I go back, like people will, next time will be even better.
Of course.
So that's the way I look at that shit. So
I got recognized the other day.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I was really excited. I was going to in like West Seattle, which I know that there's a West Seattle.
Oh yeah.
Now. Yeah, I was like paying for parking, and there was this dude, and he was like, "Hey, are you a comedian?"
Oh,
and I was
you
like,
lost your shit.
"Yes, I am." And he was like, "I saw you." He was like, "I saw you at a comedy bar," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's awesome."
I want to be with you when you get recognized, and I don't.
Oh my gosh, it was amazing.
And how you're gonna let that play out.
Like, ooh,
you can't wait either.
It's gonna be so great.
I want you to have that. I want you to. I know that will sustain you
one day
for months.
Oh wait, when you were in Little Rock, you got me a present.
Yes. No, I didn't get you that in Little Rock. I got you that in Medford, Oregon.
Oh,
last weekend, and I forgot Oregon. It. Yeah.
Sam got me a present. So
for those of you that are listening,
these are. He got me a.
She loves these sausages, and usually they come in one pack.
Yes, usually they just come in one single container.
Beef pulla sausages, but I think this has 1, 2.
Oh man, there's got to be
probably like
25 in there.
Well, how many servings is it? There's 12 sausages.
12 wieners in there.
Yeah.
Hot wieners is what we used to call.
You want to try one?
Oh, they're made in vinegar. That's perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm actually gonna smell it, and then I'm gonna know. And then I'm gonna know by the smell. And usually
it's the same kind of thing as before.
Usually-
They just take them. See, you don't like it because now you can see what they are.
No, I love that.
Okay, you love it. Okay.
The jars that we used to eat were like this.
Yeah.
Like that.
That's just a little one of those.
Right. So I just.
It's better. It's more
what I
efficient.
want to make sure is when I open this that there's some really gross stuff
on the top.
on the top, and
There will
if
be.
there's not,
then you know. She's opening the jar.
well, I'm trying to.
It's hard to get in there, like Fort Knox.
Fort
That's why you got those nails so you can open jars
surprisingly
of sausages.
easy to get into. I did it drunk so many times.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh
Look at that.
yeah.
Does it got stuff
Oh
on it?
yeah.
A
Oh
spot?
yeah.
Let me see.
It does. That one's. How are you gonna eat that when you don't have a paper towel? Oh, what do you think? Juicy.
You like them?
I love them.
I think it's
Delicious.
I think it's absolutely fucking terrible.
What?
It's just
You
like
know-
a horrible combination. It's just like
Yeah. Of meat.
spicy vinegar
Mm-hmm.
and like jelly meat
Jelly meat.
and then like a skin that's
Yes.
like tough, like the membrane.
Yeah. Sometimes you could take the skin off if you want.
Like I'm gonna finish it,
Of course, you're gonna keep eating it. You're not gonna stop.
but
It's really good if you need like a cracker or like a
I need a
like
bullet.
a pretzel. Well, you know,
it's not good. But I'm so glad
these
that you
are
like 'em.
risers. So I don't know, I don't know who that is. These are beef.
I've had one of
these
the-
are Polish sausages. Maybe that's why.
I've had one of the Tijuana Mamas, the ones that you like, and they taste about the same.
Okay, I trust you.
So you're gonna
Thank
like
you.
it.
Thank you for this gift. Thank you for a bowl of wieners.
You're very welcome.
Oh, also, my call to dicks. By the way, I asked for all the wiener pics.
Did you get some?
No. Oh, you know who I got? I got two.
Oh, they're not even real though.
No, I got them from my fucking sister and my sister's best friend.
Were they dick pics that
Legitimate. No, they like Google. I'm assuming they Googled.
They weren't ones that they got. I've gotten.
I didn't ask them. Like people don't get as many dick pics as
You know what's
do.
weird? I got like 2 last week.
Last week.
Yeah. And then what's weird is that this week I got one, but it was like really, really zoomed in. And it was hard to tell if it was a dick or not because it was like too close. I got this picture of
Like an optical illusion, like you
No, I
had to
got
like
this
cross your
picture
eyes
of,
and
like-
like come away from it.
No, I got a picture and it just looked kind of like skin.
Yeah, but then how'd you figure out it was a wiener?
I don't know if it was
How
a
long did
wiener
you-
or not. Not that long.
Yeah, right.
No, I wasn't that. I'm not that interested in like other like. Whenever I see a penis, okay, I don't like stare at it. I acknowledge it, and
I
if
say,
it's
I
weird,
tip my hat.
if it's a weird one, I'm like, if it's a weird one, I might look at it a little bit longer to be like, whoa,
Huh?
like what? And then I'll think like, what if mine did that?
Right.
Or I wonder what that's like. But like, you know what's weird is that I don't hate penises. I'm completely neutral to them.
I think. I mean, they're pretty gross.
I don't think they're anything.
I mean, okay, no, they're not anything. They're a wiener.
You date dudes though. Like you are attracted to men.
Yeah. Well,
Do you just hate penises?
what? I didn't say
You think they're gross?
I'll say I'm neutral, just like you are. When I see a wiener, I don't have an opinion. I'm just like meh,
Really?
meh.
That's got to be hard. On see what I did there? I didn't mean to. Never mind. I don't want to fucking talk about this shit with you. What the fuck are we doing? Oh my god.
Okay, we could talk
I
about
just
your
wanna
sex
know
life
what
all the
Oh no,
time.
okay, fine.
But
We'll
we
talk about it.
my
No.
sex
No, let's talk about it.
No.
Jess, see, that's what I'm fucking talking about.
Gross.
I knew it was gonna. You were fucking bluffing, and I called you on it.
Anyway.
God damn it! I swear to God, it's fucking podcast. I'm joining the Navy. That's what I'm doing. You've been doing some open mics. Tell me about it. This is my favorite part of the podcast.
You're gonna be disappointed.
Everybody's been good?
Yeah.
Did you hash it out with that one dude? Who was mad at us or whatever?
He's not mad at us. He was mad at you.
For what? Who gives a shit? Why is he mad at me?
Last night I was at the open mic and the lights went out. And the lights went out at the open mic. That's the night when the lights went out at the open mic. Okay. And the lights went out and it was fine. It was like a technical error. It wasn't a big deal. And then the comedian who was running the lights was like, "Oh, sorry, Jes, I turned the lights off because you're ugly." Which is fine. Which is fine. That's fair.
Attempt at humor there. However, that is a joke. Are you close enough with this person to have that be...
For him to tell everyone on the microphone that I'm ugly?
Oh, he said it out loud on the microphone.
Oh, he's on the mic.
Oh, Jesus.
He's on the mic. And then he said, and then everyone was like, "Aw." And then he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I want to fuck you." Is that better?
He said that on the microphone too.
On the microphone.
You know, I'm just going to say this. Every open mic is not Kill Tony. This isn't your roasting opportunity. This isn't. Like, and also, I have a lot of women comics in my life, and so do a lot of other like local headliner people. And we know who's doing this. And you know what's funny is I do have chances to lift people up and give people opportunities. And I want to let you know that I have like this little list in my head of people I don't fuck with. And congratulations to all of you. Yeah. And you're just going to stay open micers forever because nobody wants to be around you. And it's outside of just like you not being funny, which is a thing that every comic deals with. It's hard to be funny, but
it's hard to be funny.
Yeah, and this isn't me trying to like white knight my way in here. I've made mistakes too, but like stop.
It's just the narrative that like if it's not funny, just say you'll fuck it. If my joke isn't working, I know what I'll do. I'll just pretend that I'm fucking whatever it is. Yeah. And then that will make it funny. If I just say that I put my dick in it, then that makes it a joke.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just that I'll fuck her. I'm going to fuck her and then I'm going to give her herpes.
That's a joke?
That was the rest of what he said about me.
Yeah.
Was that he will fuck me and give me herpes. Which is hilarious.
Yeah, that's really...
I think that was the punchline. Is that
it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell when people say stuff that's that fucking stupid.
Yeah.
So, you know,
thank you.
I get.
Friend.
Why is he mad at me?
I can't talk about it.
Why?
Because
he's mad at me?
No. Well,
in my defense, and I'll tell him this to anybody, is it I can't. First off, like unless Jes reminds me, and I don't want her to. This is how we're gonna deal with this, okay?
Okay.
Because you might hear about this. Okay, listen, dude, who is kind of mad at me. I have good news for you, and bad news, sort of. Is it? I still have no idea like who you are, and I don't remember your name.
Well, that's because we didn't say his name.
You told me off air what his name was.
Right, but I didn't say it. But I didn't say his name.
Yeah,
but
I don't remember.
We did talk.
Okay, cool, good.
Yeah, he pulled me aside at TCC and we talked. He said that he saw the podcast and he was really disappointed in me. And I apologized, and we apologized, and we hugged it out, and I thought it was good.
You apologized?
Yeah. Well, his feelings were really hurt, it seemed. And so I felt bad. I'm like, well, I don't want to hurt people's feelings. Like, you know.
Yeah.
But I did also say that, like, but that is what happened. Like, I wasn't making anything up. And like, so I did struggle, and I have gone, like, I've struggled with like, what is it appropriate? Am I allowed to talk about the things that I talk about on the podcast? Like, do I need to apologize when I
get that part. I get you apologizing for that part because you have a bigger platform than he does. So like you could talk about whatever. But I would say this too, is that you never said the person's name.
Right.
And also I don't even know what I said.
Oh, you went off.
Yeah, I probably did.
Which I appreciated because you were having my back.
Yeah.
Like, because like what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it's, and it was my experience. And so, why am I not allowed to talk about that?
I know, that's where I'm at with it too. So, and I get you guys hashing it out and you apologizing to him. Like, I fucking get that. And him apologizing to you. I think it's cool. And hopefully everybody learned something. And for him to hear this, because obviously like this is getting back to you, and I'm looking at the camera and doing this, I want you to know that I remain completely neutral to you. Okay? Like, I'm not upset with you. I don't think you're a bad comedian. I don't think you're a good comedian. I don't know anything about it because I wish I could go to open mics a lot, but I can't because when I tell my mom and my wife, I go, oh yeah, I'm home for 3 days. Yeah. I'm going to go do a mic. That doesn't work out for me.
She's like, I'm going to go do a divorce.
And also I want to say this too. I've made mistakes on stage and off stage in comedy, and it made it to be the comic that I am today. And I'm glad you talked to Jes about shit, and I'm glad you guys are doing better. And if you feel any way about me, once again, man, you can DM me on Instagram and we can talk if you really want to talk about it. But if you just want to leave it alone, that's great too. I don't really...
That works too.
When I say that I have like a high level of not giving a shit, it is a high level of not giving a shit.
See, I wish that I had that.
Well, you get that over time. You can't think your way into having that. You can't wish your way into having that. It's some shit. Like I remember,
I let shit like bother me.
I know,
like,
and I do too.
Really
sometimes.
affect me.
I do too. But over time, as I've done comedy, I've gotten like way thicker skin.
Yeah.
So like especially when it comes to booking, like that's where you got to have it is like when you know there's a club and you want to work there and you know, like the stuff with the other club on Capitol Hill or whatever that wouldn't book me or whatever and still won't or whatever. I had to deal with that. And it gets easier. I've had that. There's a lot of people that I work for now that I used to be like, oh wow, like why won't they give me the time of day? You know? So yeah.
I need to be
fella.
I need to send my avails.
It's hard. It's so hard. Like it's like this shit is brutal. Like
and
all the way brutal.
Ends.
And you know what? I will say this. I think probably when I went off, and I don't remember what I said, I may have been a little bit harsh. I have no doubt that I was harsh towards you. But I think what younger comics need to understand is that when they go up on stage and they say something to a female comic, to a woman comic that is sexual in nature, that what you're doing is not brave nor unique. What you're doing is you don't even realize it, but you're doing the biggest callback ever to every other comic who has tried to push a boundary with a woman or whatever. And I grew up watching comics do that, and for a long time felt this need to keep my mouth shut about it. And still do at times. I don't talk about a lot of stuff, but basically like I don't have to pretend that I think it's okay, because I don't think it's okay. I think it's a really crappy thing to do. There are comedians who I think were very funny. I've known funny women comedians who stopped doing comedy because a man in this industry who is much less talented said something cruel to them. And I'm not saying you're less talented than anybody for watching this, but I have seen them quit because it's already like a lot of us are on like a razor's edge with this thing. Because once you start doing and you realize how much time it takes and how little you're doing of other stuff, it doesn't take much to push you off that course. Okay. And you can say, oh, they don't want it enough. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what other people have. You don't know what they're struggling with. You know, I think about how many hilarious like single moms I know that are so fucking funny, and I would love to see them do comedy. I'm sorry, I got to you a little bit. I love you, Jess. You're good. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know. Yeah. Now you're going to get me fucking crying. I didn't think this was going to be a crying episode. Do you know what I'm saying, though?
No, I know exactly what you're saying. Because it's like, no, because we talked about it before. It's like, when am I in?
Yeah.
When are you going to, like, and why can't I talk about it?
Yeah.
Why do these things get to happen to us?
Yeah.
And then we speak on it. Then you have to apologize for it.
And then you get framed as being
and now I'm weak.
As being too emotional,
Or I shouldn't have said, or I feel like I feel guilty for saying, I feel bad for saying something in the first place. I just should have let it happen
and let it go. Yeah.
And then kept my mouth shut.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got me to cry.
Well, and it was weird because I didn't mean to.
I know.
I was wondering why you weren't interjecting. I was like, wow, really? She's really letting me rant today.
Yeah.
But you were so busy crying.
I was bawling. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really mean that. Like, I really do feel, and I'll be honest, like watching you get emotional while I'm talking about this tells me that exactly how important it is for guys like me that have, at this point, I have gained like a lot of power in this industry, way more than I used to have. Not as much as some people, way more than I used to have.
Yeah.
And how important it is to continue to advocate for treating all comics better. By the way, dude who still don't know, and that's no disrespect to you. I just don't know a lot of names. I believe that you should be treated better too. Do you know that? Like, I think all comics should be treated better than we are.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the moment he was like, that hurt my feelings. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm so fuck.
Mm-hmm. No, it's okay though. I think, there's this saying in recovery that I love about keeping our side of the street clean. Right. And my guess is your side of the street's really fucking clean, Jess.
That's right.
So you don't need to worry about that.
Yeah.
Okay? There's a tiny little bug trying to get in your eye right now. It's a tear eater.
That's why I was crying. I had a bug in my eye.
That's probably what it was. Yeah.
Because
I don't think, I know how much this fucking means to you.
Right. Well, and that's the thing is like, and I have been on the verge. Like I told Dane the other day, I was like, I just want to fucking quit. Mm-hmm. And like, that's not true. But like, it's just, I have to learn how to not let it affect me. And I don't know,
I would say
it's tough.
There's no way you're ever going to get there all the way. I don't think anybody gets there all the way. We're always affected by other people, and we should be affected by other people because otherwise there's really no point in fucking living. Like the minute that I'm completely like, healthy boundaries are not walls, but they're also not dots. They're like I used to do this when I was a chemical dependency counselor. Like it should be like dashes, like Morse code.
Yeah.
Where like some stuff gets in and some stuff fucking stays out. And we did not get into this. We did not become the attention whores that we are by having like great fucking boundaries.
Right.
But every day we can do better. And I think you're doing fucking great.
Yeah.
Okay. I think you're doing great.
Appreciate
Even when it's hard, you're still doing great.
Yeah.
And dude, like I said, me and you are good. Unless you're not good. And then there's really, like, here's a boundary right here. There's nothing I can do about that, man. Because you know what? I don't really feel that bad about anything I did.
No.
So, but I do apologize that it seemed completely directed at you. This is what I apologize for. This is my amends. Is that I made it seem like this was completely directed at you, when really this wasn't I didn't have that 50 cal Barrett. I didn't have like that sniper rifle. What I had was bird shot, and it was directed at all these comedians that think they're reinventing the wheel every time they're cruel to a woman in comedy for laughs. That's the problem.
Yeah. That's
the problem. It's always been the problem, and it is getting better, which I think is dope, but it's still a problem. And in fact, you know what's weird? I think it got it was getting a lot better like 7 or 8 years ago when the Me Too stuff was going on.
Yeah.
I feel like it got like, it was getting better at a faster rate.
Yeah, because everyone got scared for a minute.
Yeah, and then I feel like the last like 3 years or something, it's been getting like kind of worse again.
Well, because everyone was like, "Oh, wait, nothing happened to those guys."
yeah. Like,
as you were, gentlemen, as you were,
as you were. So, anyway,
so this week, everyone in my house went to the ER.
Jesus Christ, even you?
Not me.
Yeah. You had a great week.
I was fine, thank God. But let's see. Izzy had a panic attack, so she went.
You guys are like dueling banjos of panic attacks.
Oh, we have so much fun. It's like
we didn't talk about
one
that.
One or the
yet.
other. Oh man. Oh,
yeah, we didn't talk about it. That's right. Keep going with it. Who else? What did everybody go to the hospital for?
Abigail pierced her own ears. My sweet, sweet angel Abigail.
Did they get infected?
Got infected.
Oh no.
And so she's got, her ears are ginormous and pussing, and Izzy's hyperventilating and
over
like,
that,
like just over something else, and just life.
Oh my God.
And so Josh took them both to the ER at the same time.
But Josh didn't go to the ER? He went with them.
Josh went the next day because he was doing the dishes, and one of the dishes gave way, and he
cut the shit out of himself.
Yeah, and he had to
oh
get
my God, he had to get stitches.
4 stitches in his hand.
God.
And so it's been so I'm just like walking around like real slow, like just taking everything real easy. I don't want to push my luck.
So I called you. So I think I caught you at the beginning of this.
Let's see.
Because I called you last week to try to record the podcast, and then you messaged me back on Facebook, and we did record the podcast, and I didn't think anything was wrong. Mm-hmm. But I know, and I should have realized something was going on. I should have said something, because like when you were like I've been sleeping all day. I always forget that's like. I said something to you. I can't remember what
you were.
I was like, "Are you doing okay?"
Yeah, you were just checking. I'm like, "No, I'm fine."
Yeah,
I'm fine. Well, let's see. Yeah, Tuesday night, I went to. I as I do every Tuesday, is do Super Funny. I help run the open mic there at Nate's, and like I have been doing that probably 2.5 years now. And
we recorded Tuesday morning.
Yeah. And so I don't know. It was like I felt okay, but like I didn't have my meds, which I normally take them about like 45 minutes before I go on stage. Like, and it's not like a trippy medicine. It doesn't like make me like drowsy.
It's mescaline.
It's
DMT.
it's a blood pressure medicine. It's got propenis, something.
Propenis.
It's really great if you
Propenis.
Propenis. Send me videos. But I couldn't find it in my purse. And so, but then I was like, oh, it's fine, whatever. You know, it's not a big deal. I've been doing this, whatever, for years. There were maybe 10 people there, but I got on stage and I could not catch my breath.
I can see you as you're talking about this, reliving this in your head. And I just hope this isn't too hard to talk about.
No, it was terrifying because I was just like up there and I literally just could not. And like, I was trying to like push through, but like, and I'm looking at Marcus and I'm looking at Tony Peters, like, please save me, Peters, like, help me. And, and everyone thinks that I'm doing a bit because part of my whole thing is that I'm anxious. Yeah. And so when I'm up there and I'm just being extra fucking anxious.
It's like, wow, she's really leaning into it tonight.
And so I was just like, I'm just trying to, and I'm like, oh gosh, I didn't take my meds. And I'm like trying to get a joke out, like through whatever like breath that I can. And it was a 5-minute shit show. Yeah. Like I almost started crying.
Hosting an open mic in front of 10 people. How many of those folks were comics?
Oh no, I wasn't hosting. I just did a set.
Oh, okay. You were just doing a spot.
Well, Mr. Man.
Well, Mr. Man knows.
Yeah. And Yeah, I knew all of them.
Yeah.
And it should have been, but it just, I forget the hold that anxiety has on me.
Yeah.
And even when I'm comfortable.
I think there's a part of it too where maybe you get to where it's almost like for it to hit really good, you have to be a little bit comfortable beforehand or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where you were probably like, oh, it's just Nate's. It's just doing a set at Nate's tonight. No biggie.
Yeah, I should be.
And you're
fine.
probably thinking about other shit about running it and stuff like that.
Of course. And like, oh my God, am I going to have to host?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's whew,
Did you hyperventilate? Like what happened when you got off stage? Did you have to isolate or like what did you do? Did you go out to your car?
Yeah, I went and I sat down and just like took a breath and like the fucked up thing is like as soon as I was off stage, I'm like, oh, I'm fine.
Jesus,
I'm fine.
Christ.
And so I just because I'm in like a group message with Rachel FJ and everybody that's on the dream team, and I was just like, so that's what a panic attack looks like on stage.
Dude, did you get video of it?
No.
Oh man.
Oh God, I wish.
I wish too.
Like, but yeah, that's and like Richie, and actually Marcus Spriggs was really sweet, and
Marcus Spriggs is a sweetheart.
He's so
Let's
nice.
get down to that right now.
He's so
I hope
nice.
Marcus, and it seems like his comedy's coming along, like he's figuring it out. Because I think he's a great dude.
Yeah.
So. By the way, that's for all the shit that I can talk about, like random comics and shit like that. Like I think a lot of new comics are amazing.
There's some
Marcus
good
is one of those
too.
dudes who's just like a good guy. And your dude with the birds in his beard, he's good too.
Oh, Chandler.
Yeah.
With the birds in his beard. But Marcus like sent me a message privately, and he was just like, he's like, I should have known that. He was like, I should have seen it in your eyes that you were. And I was like, oh, thank you. I was like, but I appreciate it. It wasn't, there's no way that anybody would have known.
Yeah. I remember when we started the podcast and it was kind of like this thing. We used to have that section on the podcast.
Yeah.
Did you take your meds or whatever? Mm-hmm. And I think I'm not trying to restart that segment, but you should.
But did you take your meds?
Yeah, it's so fucking hard with mental health, especially. I was talking to this with somebody else the other day because like the weirdest thing, and I know this from like a substance abuse disorder thing, is where like I don't have like cravings to get high, but I do have like cravings to like argue and fight and things like that because that gets me to the same place. No, I just like, it's like part of me always wants to be kind of miserable.
Yeah.
And when I'm sad, fuck it. You know what? Yesterday, I woke up and I was so jet lagged too. I had to when I left Little Rock, we flew out. Our plane left Little Rock at 4:30 in the morning.
Fun.
So I had to be at the airport. It left at 5. I had to be at the airport at 3:30. I got off stage at midnight, got everything situated and ready to go by 1. And then I laid in my bed and watched The Sopranos for 2 hours because I couldn't sleep.
Nice.
It was pretty sweet. And then got on a plane. Anyway, so jet lagged yesterday and just not into it, and fell asleep watching the Seahawks and blah blah blah. And then yesterday morning, it's like, God damn it, not into it. But you know what I did? I went and I fucking worked out, and then I went and drank coffee and ate pizza with friends. And you know what? I'm gonna go back downtown after this. I got stuff that I gotta do, but like I can do some of that stuff just on my phone in front of that coffee shop on the corner where I like to sit, and I'll get distracted in like the best kind of way. And I think that combination with you, like to realize like how many people you have in your corner, like to remember that, and then also to take those actions, one of which being taking your medication.
I even said like Jackie had commented because I had made a post about it. Like, just a reminder, take your meds, you guys.
Turgeson?
Yeah, and she was like, oh, thanks for the reminder. And I'm like, I don't know why such a little act is such a hard thing to do.
Yep.
Like, it's such I know it helps.
Yeah, it does.
I know it fixes things.
It does. I wrote this
for a little bit.
I wrote this down. I took a long walk and I saw a snapping turtle on a rock. A little rock.
Wow.
There, we did everything.
There, nailed it.
Did everything. Yeah. We didn't, you know what, one thing we didn't do though? Jokes, one of which I wrote at the last minute. Joke 4, you know it's not going to be good.
I am not. You don't think any I do not have high hopes for any of these jokes, but maybe you'll surprise me. Maybe you'll surprise me. Here we go. Joke number 1.
You have to touch the screen every now and then or else it'll turn off.
I don't want to get ran over by a car, but if I did, I'd want it to either be going really fast or really slow.
You got to worry about if they're in the middle.
Right.
Because you could get injured.
That's when you're going to get hurt.
And then die slow or just be all fucked up.
Oh, I was like, why would you want to be really fast? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just get it over with.
Yeah.
Okay. Joke number 2.
That one was pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was all right.
That was fine.
I don't remember this one.
I got kicked out of school in 11th grade, and I had known, and had I known I wind up telling jokes at the loony bin in Little Rock, I would have tried to get kicked out sooner.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, I really wasted a lot of time there.
I did. School, that's so funny that I went back to school and got my bachelor's degree. And I was already doing stand-up comedy.
That's crazy.
And it's like, I could have just...
I can't believe you have your bachelor's degree.
I know.
It blows my mind every time.
I know. You know what's crazy too is that my GPA, my like associates, like not only I did great.
That's not surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're a suck up.
Fuck you.
Joke number 3.
God.
I used to be really into Pokemon, but then I started doing drugs and having sex, and I realized I can't snort or fuck any of those Pokemon. You could have just left it doing drugs and having sex.
Why?
Because I don't think people who play Pokemon do those things.
Yeah, that's why I stopped.
Dorks. They're dorks is what I'm
saying. Did I ever tell you we'll do a story time real quick after this. I'll tell you something funny.
Joke number 4. This is a good one.
No, it's not. This was the worst one.
I almost froze to death one time, which is wild considering how much I sweat. All of the other time.
I really phoned that in.
Yeah. What happened?
I was doing a lot of meth.
Yes, we know.
And I was up in the attic at my mom's house looking for stuff to pawn. Okay. Because it wasn't that there was plenty of stuff that I could have stolen in the house, but I didn't want her to get mad at me.
Right. You were a conscientious robber.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm up in the attic looking for stuff to pawn, and I found my old Game Boy.
Ooh.
Right, and in that Game Boy was still Pokemon Yellow or whatever.
Pokemon.
And so I had this old Game Boy, and by the way, these take 8 AA batteries, and they rip through them like fast. They went through batteries so fast. Anyway, I'm smoking a bunch of meth. I got this Game Boy. I'm like, it's not worth shit. I tried to sell it. It's not worth shit. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just play the Game Boy, you know? And I started playing Pokemon, and I got really into it. And I was smoking meth and playing Pokemon, and oh my God, like it all got like connected, and I was like addicted to meth and Pokemon for a minute, and it was fine, right? It was actually keeping me out of trouble. But the thing is, I told you,
God, it's hilarious.
Like it rips through those AA batteries.
Yeah, you couldn't afford the habit.
No.
Oh my God, you couldn't afford your Pokemon habit.
I couldn't. Well, this is the thing. I was going to Fred Meyer and I was stealing batteries, and that's actually one of the things I like. Did I ever tell you? I've never told you the story. So I'm at Fred Meyer, right? And I'm stealing batteries. And what I would do is I'd always have like $1 in my pocket, and I'd get like a candy bar, right?
Yeah.
And if I got caught doing it, I'd be like, oh, I forgot that I had these. Like, my bad, you know? I'll just get the candy bar, you know? But anyway, I'm walking out. I got the candy bar there, and they're like, stop, you know? And I'm like, oh, sorry, I just getting this candy bar, you know? And I go back.
Yeah.
And then the lady in the checker is like, security already told me that you have a bunch of batteries in your pockets too. So why don't you let go of those, and then maybe we'll see about cops and this and that, right? And then I'm like playing it off. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't have a basket. And yeah. I didn't mean to do this.
Put 'em in my
I just
pocket
want to
real quick.
I just want the candy bar. I don't need all these batteries anyway. I just want the candy bar. I'm trying to talk my way out of it. And I'm doing that thing where I'm like, I have never stolen anything before in my life, you know? And without me knowing it, there's this woman behind me in line. And she's like, bullshit.
Oh,
She goes,
oh my God.
I work at Whiskers Bar and Grill on the west side, and about a year ago, you tried to steal a Heineken umbrella.
Oh my God.
Which was true. Not only did I try to steal a Heineken umbrella, I did it in the most embarrassing way ever. I tried to steal this Heineken umbrella from the porch of this bar, and I grab it, and I'm like running, right? I'm running down the street with it.
Christ, tell
and
me
she's like, stop. And yeah, the fucking umbrella, right? It opens. I almost did a fucking backflip. It's just
hilarious.
like, I fell on my ass. I was like, fuck it, you know, and I threw the umbrella and ran off. That's why you don't try to steal umbrellas.
That's so funny.
It was pretty sweet. I was like, I feel like parts of my drug use were so fucking sad, but there's also the parts where I was a cartoon.
Yeah, no, that's hilarious.
Yeah, that was a cartoon part.
You have to stop stealing from everywhere.
You're rad.
Yep.
That's it.
That's it.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye. That was a weak ending. Let's get something
Well, I don't
good.
know what you did. I don't know why you did that.
Thank you for listening. Like and subscribe.
Yeah, leave comments.
Leave comments, stuff
You
like
can leave
that.
comments on Spotify, which is awesome. Yeah, please leave comments.
Yeah, do all that stuff. It doesn't matter.
Makes us feel good.
No, it does matter.
It does matter.
Yeah.
And I try to answer. I always try and talk to people when they leave messages and
That's
stuff.
right.
So.
Yeah. You know what we should do? Let's start talking about it on the podcast. If you have a question for us, ask it in the comments in either YouTube or Spotify.
Yeah.
And we can answer those on air. So that's it. Bye.
Bye.